Welcome to 99th Monkey Liberty News for Thursday, July 10th, 2014. I'm not sure why. Yesterday I just kind of felt motivated to look at some old info from Aaron Russo, and I really was very moved by this, and I decided to just mention it today. Alex Jones interviews Aaron Russo, and this is from a few years ago. Aaron Russo died a few years ago of cancer, and of course I kind of feel that he was given cancer intentionally or killed with his treatments or something along those lines. But this interview is really very special. It can help us to remember why we're doing what we're doing as far as hoping to be freedom fighters, alternative media that bring truth, whatever role we believe that we are meant to play. This is just very inspiring, because in this interview, Aaron Russo talked about his offer from one of the Rockefeller family to join them, and Aaron just said his heart just would not allow him. He knew it was wrong to hurt people, and he said that Nick Rockefeller frequently would laugh in their conversations when Aaron Russo asked him, why would you do this to people? He was amused to, Nick Rockefeller was amused to have the opportunity to harm people, and didn't even really need a strong reason, just wanted to dominate and control. And that kind of hatred is what I kind of want to highlight today. Not that I want to focus on it for a long time, but just so that we remember how passionate the hatred is that these people have for us, how deep the scorn, and we can't underestimate their ability to do evil to us and to innocents. Because there is no limit. There literally is no limit to what these people will do. And I just noticed here is a link on YouTube also to Aaron Russo's documentary, America, Freedom to Fascism, Director's Cut. And I will include that link in the notes and details of the video today. And on the topic of there not being any limits to the depths of evil that these people will do, I'm addressing a video that's part of Alex Jones' show from yesterday. He had Kevin Annett on, and the portion that this is a 3-hour clip, but the portion having to do with Kevin Annett is about the last maybe 20 minutes. And Alex said that he would have Kevin Annett back on the show very soon, and I'm glad of that. I'm glad that Alex is kind of validating the work that Kevin Annett is doing, and I've mentioned his website before. There's a tribunal that he's involved with that is bringing charges against high-level people who have committed some of these crimes. And this is his website, itccs.org. It's the International Tribunal into Crimes of Church and State. And they've done a lot of work. I'll just mention one of the issues here, and one of the things that I know Alex was addressing with Kevin Annett: mass graves of children in Canada, documented evidence. issued to those few of you whose minds are still unfogged enough to understand, and whose hearts and will are still free enough to cause you to act. And this is from April 25th, 2013, but some of these discoveries are still going on. Of course, there are the 10 native children who were taken by the royals, the British royals, and nothing else was ever heard from them. And there are just a lot of events like that, a lot of occurrences like that, where it's really quite obvious that crimes are being committed against children, very serious crimes, and really, to some extent, just the darkest of the dark, to rob an innocent of their innocence is one of the most evil things that can be done. Jesus said that people who harmed children, it would be better for them if they were tied to a millstone and thrown into water. There is, obviously eternal judgment, punishment that will fall on these people. But the more we can bring them to justice in our time, and while these kinds of things are our responsibility, because we're living on earth now, that will benefit us, and it'll bring hope to mankind that we can go on for a while longer. And some of these crimes against children, I mean, that's the drama. That's the major crime. Those, what has been done to mass graves, things of that nature. But on the scale that's right within our grasp, children are being harmed through being given fluoride. And you see that baby water at the drugstore or the supermarket that is intended, like as if babies need special water. It's insane how they can trick us and play mind games with us, and we buy into things like that. If babies need anything, I mean, give them breast milk, and if you give them additional water, let it be filtered water or distilled water. Certainly no fluoride, and baby water does have added fluoride. And here, world's oldest and best known peer-reviewed medical journal officially classifies fluoride as a neurotoxin. The Lancet, the world's oldest and most prestigious medical journal, recently published a report classifying fluoride as a dangerous neurotoxin. So this is child abuse right here in this country, on the shelves at the drugstore, on the shelves at the supermarket, and the parents who buy that baby water with fluoride in it and give it to their babies, their children. This is certainly something, because this is in a old and well-known peer-reviewed medical journal. If you know people who have young children and they're letting them drink that baby water or tap water with fluoride, maybe this is something that you can share with them to help them become aware that the world is not a safe place for children, and it's incumbent upon parents and even grandparents to make the world a safer place for their own children. Alex Jones put together this special report yesterday. He said it was going to be 5 minutes, but it's 15 minutes. The need for impeachment, Obama must fall. And the blurb is, Alex Jones revisits the articles of impeachment for Richard Nixon to see how applicable they are to Barack Hussein Obama. He also asked reporters, politicians, and citizens to read at the Declaration of Independence and Nixon impeachment articles, then call for the impeachment of this president. If we do not stand up now, we will be run over by the minions of the New World Order. Yeah, there is a real feeling, a real sense, which I happen to share, that this is a crucial moment in history. And if we permit the New World Order to go a whole lot further in destroying our country, we'll at some point we'll reach the point of no return, where we can no longer recover it. And I think that we're teetering on that brink. But I do believe, and as I shared the David Wilcock comment on Benjamin Fulford's blog this week, that there are people who there are white hats who are planning to begin arrests, and I pray to God that is true, and that God will grace them and protect them and give them wisdom, and that we can have a restoration of our constitutional republic. Even Aaron Russo was talking about that years ago when he did that interview. That's one of the things that he emphasized the most strongly, is that we would have a restoration of our republic. And for good news today, people are becoming aware, and if elections were clean and there wasn't gerrymandering by illegal immigration going on, I think that elections could be the answer. I'm not sure they can because of some of the reasons I just mentioned. But there are people like Nick out there. This kid made an app that exposes sellout politicians. And this is a Firefox app that when a politician is named, his information on his donors pops up. I just think this is awesome. I haven't installed it in my Firefox as a plugin yet. I'm not sure I will, because my laptop runs Firefox kind of painfully slow anyway. And this is just something else to load. But this is a great tool. And this is an example, Mike Simpson. You can see where his campaign funds have come from. And the largest is lobbyists. That should not be a surprise. My guess is that would probably be the largest for virtually all congressmen. But I probably will install the app for a while and let it run just to find out about some of these people. But the app is called Greenhouse, and I decided to follow this guy on Twitter. Yeah, here he is, 16 years old, Nick Rubin, and he put together that app. He coded that app, Greenhouse, so that we can all know where the funding for our Congress people's elections are coming from, campaigns are coming from. So it's great, again, very good news that there are people like Nick Rubin out there. And I know there are a lot of good people. We just need to pull together for our nation and find restoration. Thank you for tuning in for today's 99th Monkey Liberty News. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Hoping that you will love one another, take care, and enforce the Bill of Rights.